Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to start this session in marketing, and this week we will continue the concept of STP, segmentation, targeting, and positioning, and also something about market research. And we will have some short videos. First of all, have a look at the short video about positioning. This one around 5 minutes. Please have a look, and I also will send to you the link of this short video. And please have a look at this video, please.
On this concept, product positioning.
That's a mistake. It changes the overall objective of positioning. Product positioning means you are making.
What is positioning? Yet, some people call this concept product positioning.
That's a mistake. It changes the overall objective of positioning. Product positioning means you are making changes in product itself. For example, product positioning means changing the liquid of Coca-Cola. Yet, we've learned that positioning deals with perception, not product. All that matters is to get into the mind of consumer, and then hang in there.
Yeah, and how to get into mind of that bloody consumer?
By being first.
Oh, by being first. I have launched so many brands by being first.
Where did you launch these brands?
That's a stupid question. Of course, in different marketplaces, shopping centers, outlets, cities, and states.
Listen.
I bought many shelf spaces too. I gave kickbacks on trade discounts to retailers.
Stop it.
Okay. Zip.
How many brands you launched are still successful?
Not many. Some are successful, some are not.
And you know why?
No. Do you?
Yes, because you launched the brands in marketplace.
Ha, ha, ha. Funny. Where I supposed to launch the brand? At your home?
Shut up.
Okay.
There are two different ways, launching a brand in the marketplace and launching the brand in the consumer's mind. When you launched your brands in the marketplace by being first, that means you're being first to the marketplace, not to the consumer's mind.
What's the catch?
If you want to get into consumer's mind, you have to launch the brand in the mind of consumer by being first, and not by being first to the marketplace, outlets, or shopping centers.
Huh. Why do you say that?
Why? Let's discuss the importance of being first in the mind. Remember, the first event, person, or thing in your life to occupy in your mind is hard to forget. Take the day when you learned to ride bike in your childhood. Can you forget your successful first ride of bike?
Oh, that scene is so vivid in my mind. I can never forget that time.
And can you remember the second time when you ride your bike?
How could I? There are so many memories I have related to bike. I'm not sure which one was my second time.
Don't worry. Nobody remembers. Okay, try this question. Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Huh. Everyone knows him. His name was Neil Armstrong.
Good. Now, who was the second person to walk on the moon?
Who knows?
Yes, the second one is nowhere. Who cares about the second one anyway? Let me ask last question to clarify the importance of being first in the mind. Remember the day when someone walked into your life. What a sweet and beautiful moment it was.
Help me.
Who was the first person you fell in love with?
Leave it. I don't want to remember that moment.
I can understand. Same goes to the mind of consumer. That's the right time to get into it, when consumer is not deeply in love with some other brand. Here's the lesson. In any category, when there is no brand in the mind of consumer, that's the right time to get into the mind and make your brand a leader. For example, that's what Red Bull did. There was no brand in the energy drink. Red Bull created energy drink category by being first to the mind of consumer. Today, it's a leading brand.
So, that's the way to get into the mind of consumer?
Yes, by creating a new category to get into the mind first. Yet, some marketers think the opposite. They want to get into consumers' mind by creating the brand, not category.
But consumer recognize our product through brand, not category?
You see, that's why we previously learned marketing is not a common sense. Let's discuss why category comes first and brand second in the next meeting. Here's the summary of today's lesson. 1. To become a market leader. Get into the mind of consumer by being first. Then, getting into marketplace is easier. 2. The first brand of the category is unforgettable and dominates in the long run. 3. Develop a category and then dominate that category with a new brand.
Click like or subscribe to CamoAli.com to get episodes.
Okay, did you get the concept and it was clear, voice and picture? And okay, did you get the concept? Did you remember the concept? Sorry, what do you mean by blocking, Mr. Navid? Okay. Do you remember the first week we had? Okay. First, let me know about this one. This picture, which word do you remember by this picture, friends? This. Please have a look at this picture and say to me, which concept of marketing do you remember? Networking? Somehow correct, but not exactly networking. Mr. Riasi believes this one is a symbol of networking. No more idea? Anybody, another idea about this one? No? What do you mean by? Okay, marketing, but which concept of marketing you remember by this? Which concept? Very good, very nice. This one is one stage of STP. And so in this picture you can see somehow the concept of segmentation, market segmentation. Do you remember after segmenting and after divide the potential market to some segments, we have another thing in STP. After segmentation, we will have. Okay, Mr. Nabi, thank you so much, and also Mr. Hamed. The next concept, do you remember? Could you say to me which concept after segmentation is important in the marketing steps? Okay, which concept? Let's have a look at the previous. Do you remember we had a targeting and choosing the target market? This shape And the red part means after segmentation, you must choose one or more segments as your target market, because it depends on your product. Some people or some customers in your potential market is more related and is more interested in your product, and based on their needs and also their characteristics, they choose your product. For example, if you want to sell books, non-educated people cannot be your target market, because for the book you need the educated people. Okay, so in this picture you can see two stages in the marketing steps: segmentation and also targeting, and using the target market concept. I can show you another thing because I want to remind you something in this concept, and so please let me share another thing for you. And so okay, this one is STP and segmentation, targeting and positioning. In this short video, which part of this state was discussed? Which part? Could you help me to you have had a look at the video, and please let me know about your idea. Which part of these three was discussed in the video and in the short video? Anybody can help me about this one? Okay, very good, Mr. Nabi. Thank you. Market positioning, and let's have a review on the definition of this step. It is arranging for a product to occupy a clear, distinctive, and desirable place relative to competing products in the minds of target consumers, or maybe target customers. Thank you so much. And I want to, okay, hello to Mr. Aziz, welcome to class, and I hope other friends also will join us. And in this point, I want to remind you about the concept of consumers and also customers. Already no problem, Mr. Aziz. Very happy to see you this class at the moment. So happy, I am so happy and so glad being among you and your friends. Okay, what about the consumers and customers? Anybody can? Already I think we discussed about the difference between customers and consumers. Okay, I will show you another short video about the customers and consumers. What is the difference between this concept? Anybody can? Good. Mr. Muhammad Aziz said the consumer is the purchasing than using. Yes, very good. Purchasing also is done by customers, but the important thing in the consumer is using. Consumer, as usual, is the end user, a person who consumes or uses our product. Okay, but very good, very nice. Thank you so much, Mr. Navid and Mr. Aziz. Mr. Navid also believes the customer might buy but not use and may sell it again. Very good. Thank you so much, and very complete definition. And also Mr. Aziz says customer is purchasing and it may sell to another. Okay. This is different between customer and consumer. Thank you so much, friends, and for your participation in this discussion. And so, I wanted to remind you this very important stage market segmentation, and let's have a review on the definition. When we say market segmentation, dividing a market into smaller groups of buyers with distinct needs, characteristics, or behaviors who might require separate products or marketing mixes. Do you remember marketing mixes? Marketing mixes. Okay. So let's go to. Very nice. Thank you so much, Mr. Navid. 4 P's. When we say marketing mix, it means 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion. And so the next concept, let's upload another file to continue the concept. And so we will have. Okay. Any question or any idea? Okay, let's have a look at this slide. You remember what are the determinants of customer perceived value? Do you remember already we discussed about when a customer buys a product, what are the important determinants of customer perceived value? We will have some benefits and also some costs. For example, for buying, you will have some kind of cost: psychological cost, energy cost, and time cost, and monetary cost. And all these 4 together constitute total customer cost. And what about total customer benefit? Product benefit, services benefit, and personal benefit, and also image benefit. Okay, anybody can have an example about this value and the determinants of value, for example, in the buying process and purchasing process in your life, and anybody can have an example about these parts. I want to remind you some concepts because I want to go further and the new concepts. Before that, I wanted to be sure about some concepts you know and understand completely. Anybody can have an example about this buying process and value in the mind of customers? Okay. For example, if you want to buy a fast food, which part of this one is important? The cost: time cost, energy cost, psychological cost, and monetary cost. Could you divide the cost in the buying process of a fast food And okay. Okay. Time cost is very important, very good. Thank you, Mr. Aziz and Mr. Qiyasi. Hamid, time cost is important in this buying process in the fast food. And so, another one. Psychological cost, what does it mean, this one? Maybe in buying a car, psychological cost is important than the buying a fast food. Yes, for example, if you want to buy a car and you want to spend a lot of money, psychological cost is more important. For example, difference between this cost between a fast food or a car. Time, then energy, then monetary. In fast food, Mr. Navid believes this one. First time, after that energy and monetary. For example, fast food has many branches in your city, and for example, in your nearby to your home, you can go to a fast food and a branch, and if it is very near to you, it's a good image in your mind. Less energy to getting the fast food, and so sometimes also monetary between some competitors. For example, some fast food different price and how much you pay and how much you receive. So this one, sometimes PC is more important. You mean PC psychological cost? Yes, Mr. Homer. And for example, you like something and never care about the price, and it's okay, very nice, very good example. Sometimes we don't think about just monetary, and maybe price is not important for us. Could you have an example, Mr. Hamid, about this one? You say sometimes you like something and never care about the price and etc. Could you have an example for this one? Mr. Muhammad. And Mr. Muhammad says the time cost is very important. Yes, in many buying process, time cost is very important, and time is gold. Mr. Aziz says, yes, this is a very common proverb in all cultures. Time is gold. And so, I want to have an example about the comment by Mr. Hamid. For example, in the healthcare industry and in a hospital, sometimes for operation in a surgery or surgery in the hospital, it is related to health. Maybe the price is not important for us, and just skills and talent of the physician or the surgeon is important, and how we can rely on a hospital services. And yes, it is correct, Mr. Hamid, for your comment. Okay. Mr. Hamid, can you hear me? Okay, you told about some. Okay, I'm waiting for other examples about this one and about the benefit. Anybody can explain about the image benefit? Image benefit. Okay. When Mr. Navid, earthquake, when occurred the earthquake, what do you mean? When? Oh, right now. In your which area of Afghanistan? Faizabad. And you mean at the moment, the first time? Badakhshan. I hope this earthquake without any casualties, and okay. How many of you at the moment are in the near to this disaster earthquake? Okay. You mean before the starting the class, this one happened, Mr. Navid, or and using a smartphone at the moment you are in class? Oh, okay. If you have problem, okay. It means it is the reason. For some, your friends couldn't come to class, yes, for this reason. Okay. Okay. If you are in rushing and some problems, I don't want to disturb you, because the earthquake is very maybe strong, and so hope there no much casualty after this bad disaster, and I hope all Afghani brothers are okay. Okay, hopefully this one will not happen again, and so okay, very good. Mr. Nabi says there would not be many casualties for this one, and so today in Afghanistan also you have internet problems. Because okay, in this time, because after the earthquake, somehow the concerts and the definitions stopped, and so let's have a look at some advertising techniques related to Ramadan month, because next week we will have the fasting month for Muslim people, and we are approaching Ramadan. So let's have a look at some advertising about the Ramadan related Ramadan. After that, we will continue the our lesson, and so. Okay. You can, because the earthquake, we can stop at the moment and wait. Hopefully, no problem for friends. Okay. Also, I hope Allah save all of you, inshallah, and no problem, inshallah, for my brothers and sisters in Afghanistan. So, because of this disaster and earthquake, temporarily I stopped the class, and so I'm waiting for you. Hello again, friends. Alhamdulillah, Allah saves all of you, and in this bad situation, earthquake, and so I think at the moment, thankfully, another friend joined us, Mr. Nabavi, Aman Nabavi, and we can continue the concept. Okay, I was showing you some advertisement techniques related to Ramadan month. Some famous brands, because at the moment, you know, many Muslims live in throughout the world, more than 1 billion Muslims, and so for many industries, the Muslim people is a share market. And last week I told you about for example, slaughtering methods in many non-Muslim countries. Also, at the moment, the businesses and industries think about the halal market, and also all things related to Muslim people, because in many countries at the moment there are many residents, Muslim residents, and also Muslim tourists. And so all brands try to do positioning in the minds of Muslim people by some advertising techniques. Sometimes they don't consider something respected for Muslims, but I don't know what is your idea about this kind of advertising. I will show you something, and I want to know about your idea about these advertisements. Let's have a look at this one. And first, after this one, do you know Burger King is a very famous brand in fast food? And so we have this one here, kind of, what is this? Anybody know about this one? A part of Mount Crescent? Yes? Anybody idea about this one? What do you get by from this one? And okay, it is a burger with the Islamic symbol. Mr. Navid says good, the definition about this one. Burger in Ramadan, good. This one also in Ramadan Kareem. In this advertisement, the burger is like a moon, yes, in the sky, and the shape is like a moon, yes. Okay, selling to the Muslim, yes, it is a, for example, the next one about the TE data, a company about the information systems, and also data and related to computers and also IT. Okay, this one is a kind of about Burger King. I should say to you, Burger King has many branches in the many countries throughout the world, also in Dubai, Malaysia, and Europe countries, and also United States. I think the origin is from United States, and also it has many branches throughout the world. Very, very famous brand in the fast food, and somehow competitor for McDonald's. King Burger is a competitor for McDonald's, but at the moment in the fast food and burger food, in this industry, McDonald's is a market leader in the world, and but Burger King has somehow a share and a very serious competitor for McDonald's. But do you know quality of McDonald's? Maybe some people believe is not as like Burger King or some thing like that. But McDonald's, because of the cheaper fast food and also good branding at the moment in the fast food industry, is many times the number one, and has a very valuable brand, and sometimes between the 10 top brands throughout the world, McDonald's. And so we will have something about McDonald's related to Ramadan Kareem also. In this one, using the wire of a mouse and in the shape of blessing and next to some blessing words, and so this one also somehow in the sky, and about Etisalat. Last week some friends told about Etisalat in Afghanistan, and so sorry, what do you mean, Mr. Navid, by it passed by what we think it might have somewhere and we might hear about it? Okay, you are talking about the earthquake again, Mr. Navi? Okay. Next slide is about another brand. Okay, hopefully earthquake will not happen again and finished everything with no casualties, and so no problem, because it is a very important thing, and maybe you and your friends talking about this one, no problem. So after that we will have this one. You have a crescent and the moon in this case also, using the handset and hand phone, and here we will have something like this related to Ramadan, and also this one. It is a McDonald's. Yes, McDonald's. It is a brand, and very nice, because by the a kind of, there is a light for the showing the fast food at the crescent of moon, and very nice, very creative advertisement. A very nice advertisement using the light and shadow for introducing a fast food, and so this one also very nice. Yes, I agree with you, Mr. Ahmed. And we have some advertising not related to Ramadan. Next time we will. That this one is a very good for the milk, and it means the very fresh milk, and the container very nice and creative thing about showing the content, because this one in the mind of customers remind, and the consumer remember a cow and the fresh milk. This kind of container, like a breast of cow, and the container, and also this one. The next later we will talk about this kind of advertisement again, no problem. And so, okay, any question? Yes, teeth of the cow. Thank you, Mr. Nabi. And any question about the? Okay. Did you get the 4 PowerPoint files today about the 4 chapters of the marketing management by Philip Kotler? I will send you others gradually. I will send 4 chapters to you, and so already I also sent the book by marketing management by Kotler, Philip Kotler and Keller, and also marketing 3 the third generation of marketing, the 2010 book by Philip Kotler and Hermavan Katajaya. I hope all of you got these books. You can have a look at these books and study. All of you got these books, yes? Okay. At the moment, no problem with materials so far, and all of you got the materials. Okay. Hello to Mr. Dr. Wahidi and Mr. Nawabi joined us. You are very welcome. And okay. For the newcomers, I want to remind us this concept again: market segmentation, market targeting, and market positioning. And so you should be careful about this concept, and we don't emphasize on the definition word by word. It's not. It is important getting the concept, and so. Okay. Hopefully there is no problem about the earthquake, and after earthquake in Afghanistan, no casualties. And because this week somehow we had a special situation, and I was very worried about my brothers and sisters in Afghanistan. At the moment, I think no problem, and okay. Please have a look in this tree, and the new those students just arrived the class. Have a look at this one, and let me share. Already we okay. We told you about the determinants of the customer perceived value, and the total customer benefit and total customer cost. And then in the buying process, sometimes monetary cost is important, sometimes time, energy, and psychological. And also we will have some benefits: product benefit, services benefit, and personal benefit, and image benefit. We told you about the positioning and what is the brand. I told you the brand concept will be one session in this course, and we will talk to you about brand. And no problem, Mr. Wahidi, about, okay, thank you so much for coming. Okay, so I told already about this one. Identify, measure attributes and benefits that customers value. Which attributes and benefits are important for customers? And assess the qualitative importance of different attributes and benefits. We should assess and evaluate the qualitative importance of all possible attributes and benefits in terms of customers. And okay, assess the companies and competitors' performances on the different customer values. For example, one of the customer value is the price. A cheap price is a value, and discount or so something. We should compare our company with other competitors in terms of the price, for example. And sometimes quality is important for and the customer value quality is very important. Sometimes the value for customers is be available very easy. For example, less energy and less time to get the product. And we should evaluate and assess all attributes and all benefits in our company and other companies and compare. And examine rating of a specific segment. What about any specific segment, and we should do each segment how cares about our product, and which segment is more important for us, and which segment are more interested in our product and related to our product, and so which segment values are important in related to our product, and monitor customer values over time. Very important thing is the over time. We cannot, for example, in one time evaluate and leave the monitoring customer values. Over time and gradually, and we should do monitoring and evaluation of customer values, which is very important. I wanted to show a clip for about some concepts. Loyalty also, already we told you about loyalty, and so at the moment I want to show you a short video and get your hello to new student just arrived, and so okay, I want to show you a clip again about, because some students just arrived. Please let me show the first video again about the branding. It is very important, and I think this is a good and so better showing this one to.
What is positioning?
Okay, let me show this one to class again.
Yet, some people call this concept product positioning.
That's a mistake. It changes the overall objective of positioning. Product positioning means you are making changes in product itself. For example, product positioning means changing the liquid of Coca-Cola. Yet, we've learned that positioning deals with perception, not product. All that matters is to get into the mind of consumer, and then hang in there.
Yeah, then how to get into mind of that bloody consumer?
By being first.
Oh, by being first. I have launched so many brands by being first.
Where did you launch these brands?
That's a stupid question. Of course, in different marketplaces, shopping centers, outlets, cities, and states.
Listen.
I bought many shelf spaces, too. I gave kickbacks on trade discounts to retailers.
Stop it.
Okay. Sit.
How many brands you launched are still successful?
Not many. Some are successful, some are not.
And you know why?
No. Do you?
Yes, because you launched the brands in the marketplace.
Ha, ha, ha. Funny. Where I supposed to launch the brand? At your home?
Shut up.
Okay.
There are two different ways: launching a brand in the marketplace and launching the brand in the consumer's mind. When you launched your brands in the marketplace by being first, that means you're being first to the marketplace, not to the consumer's mind.
What's the catch?
If you want to get into consumer's mind, you have to launch the brand in the mind of consumer by being first, and not by being first to the marketplace, outlets, or shopping centers.
Huh. Why do you say that?
Why? Let's discuss the importance of being first in the mind. Remember, the first event, person, or thing in your life to occupy in your mind is hard to forget. Take the day when you learned to ride bike in your childhood. Can you forget your successful first ride of bike?
Oh, that scene is so vivid in my mind. I can never forget that time.
And can you remember the second time when you ride your bike?
How could I? There are so many memories I have related to bike. I'm not sure which one was my second time.
Don't worry. Nobody remembers. Okay, try this question. Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Everyone knows him. His name was Neil Armstrong.
Good. Now, who was the second person to walk on the moon?
Who knows?
Yes, the second one is nowhere. Who cares about the second one anyway? Let me ask last question to clarify the importance of being first in the mind. Remember the day when someone walked into your life. What a sweet and beautiful moment it was.
Oh, help me.
Who was the first person you fell in love with?
Leave it. I don't want to remember that moment.
I can understand. Same goes to the mind of consumer. That's the right time to get into it, when consumer is not deeply in love with some other brand. Here's the lesson. In any category, when there is no brand in the mind of consumer, that's the right time to get into the mind and make your brand a leader. For example, that's what Red Bull did. There was no brand in the energy drink. Red Bull created energy drink category by being first to the mind of consumer. Today, it's a leading brand.
So, that's the way to get into the mind of consumer?
Yes, by creating a new category to get into the mind first. Yet, some marketers think the opposite. They want to get into consumer's mind by creating the brand, not category.
But consumer recognize our product through brand, not category?
You see, that's why we previously learned marketing is not a common sense. Let's discuss why category comes first and brand second in the next meeting. Here's the summary of today's lesson. 1. To become a market leader. Get into the mind of consumer by being first. Then, getting into marketplace is easier. 2. The first brand of the category is unforgettable and dominates in the long run. 3. Develop a category and then dominate that category with a new brand.
Click like or subscribe to CamuAli.com to get episodes and
Okay, friends. Hope you could use this short video and have a look in the good situation. And I think it was clear, and there was a very nice discussion about what is brand positioning and what is positioning. We had this one, the third steps of STP. Segmentation, targeting, and positioning. After you find the target market, you find your target market, you should go to positioning, and you should, or better say, you must build a brand in minds of customers in your target market. For example, this one is your society. Okay, after segmentation in some groups, you choose the best group fit to your product, okay? And your product is suitable for this group. It is your target market. This one is a potential market, okay? This area. And this one is your target market. You should do positioning. The very important thing in this video was about category. Anybody can say what is category concept? What did you get about the category, about the brand? Creating a category, what does it mean? You had an example in this short video by Red Bull for energy drink. Yes, please tell me another example for the being first in the mind of customers and consumers. There was a very, very good and helpful thing in this video. It's not important to be first in the marketplace. it is very important to being first in the minds of customers and sometimes consumers. It is very important. It means positioning. I want to emphasize more and more because this concept is very important in the marketing. And so, again, I want to show you any comment or any idea about this video. What did you get from this video? Please say to me, please. Okay. A category means product category. In category, we don't mean about customers and people. Category means you should create a new category in product. For example, before energy drink, all drinks, for example, some Coke and some juice, energy drink is the first drink that give you more energy. Yes? Then you are the first company to launching a energy drink. After that, many people, when they hear about energy drink, the first word is Red Bull. Red Bull is a brand, but because Red Bull was the first energy drink and the new category. Okay, Mr. Navid says again, earthquake, unfortunately, and so, okay, I think in this situation, maybe you cannot be present at the class. Okay, you can leave, no problem. You can leave the class and come back again, hopefully no problem and no casualty. Okay. Don't worry about the class. We can have a supplementary class later, no problem. Just in this case, okay, no problem. If you are in the area of earthquake, at the moment all of you are in this area, and if you have any problem, so please leave very fast your home and go to a very safe place. Allah save all of you. Okay, if some friends, if you don't have any problem with earthquake, please say to me in the chat box and chat. Okay, how many of you don't have problem with earthquake at the moment? Could you write for me in the chat? Hey. This week unfortunately, earthquake in Badakhshan and some area like Faizabad, I think, caused some problems, and we couldn't have a class continuously, and sometimes we stopped class, and so no problem. Hope no more casualties, and we will have no casualties and not any, for example, problem with the Afghani people. And okay, Mr. Navid, Allah save you, inshallah. And so the concept of category in brand, what does it mean? Category. I want to tell you again about the category. What does it mean, category? In marketing steps, any idea or any? Anybody can say, have a look at this slide, and what is this? Anybody can say this one? What is this? Which concept of marketing do you remember by this one? 4P, yes, correct. And another name for this business tool is marketing mix, yes? 4P, price, product, place, and promotion. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Aziz. And we have the price, product, promotion, and place. And I want to remind you this concept also, CCDBTP, create, communicate, deliver value into the target market for profitability. This is a very important keyword in the definition of marketing. The most important is value, and create, communicate, deliver value. And I want to remind you why we explained about STP this week again, because we had something about the marketing steps, and so we explained about this one again. Okay, any questions so far? Any question? Okay, I think this week, okay. Let's go to another slide. I'm looking for something. Okay, this slide. I want to have a review in this slide. At the moment, where we are in this concept and this course about the marketing. I told you about the market research already, and what shall we do for market research? Okay, after market research and getting information about the market, we should do STP, and for positioning, we need the marketing mix. How we can have a positioning? How we can have a positioning? First, we go to market and do research and gathering information about the market. And at the moment, this short video about these steps, positioning, the part of STP. How we can, after choosing the target market and determine the target market, we should do positioning. Positioning with brand, because we should do branding and make a brand. Brand is very, very related to minds of consumers. How consumers think about our name, our product, and our services, and how they perceive the value delivered by us. It is very important in positioning. For example, I want to ask you, when you hear about the Microsoft, what things do you remember about Microsoft? Anybody can say about Microsoft? With the first word in your mind about Microsoft, anybody can say? When you hear about the word Microsoft, what do you remember? Please say me. Mr. Nabawi, Mr. Aziz, Mr. Muhammad, and Miss Oria, please say to me. Please tell me and write in the chat page the first word when you hear about Microsoft. What do you remember? Okay, no comments. I am waiting for your comments. No comments. Sorry. Okay. The first comment by Mr. Aziz, the Microsoft is a big company for production software and PC. Okay, very good. Maybe in this definition by Mr. Aziz, software, produce software. Yes, is the first thing. Yes, very good. Is the one part. And another thing about Microsoft. Microsoft is a very, very famous brand and very valuable brand. I want to say to you about Microsoft related to short video. He told lady about the making and building a category. The Microsoft is famous and successful because the first company launched the Windows as an operating system. Windows was a new category in the PC world, a new operating system, very, very different with DOS. Yes, all of you know the DOS and Windows and difference? Yes, it means category, new category in operating system by Microsoft. Because Microsoft launched a new category, Microsoft and Windows in the minds of consumers will be forever. And because of that, the Microsoft did positioning very, very well, very in the proper way. It means positioning. The best way to positioning is the making new category. Okay, it's not necessary all the time making a new category, but it's the best way and most effective way to positioning is the building a new category. For example, in Afghanistan, you use, for example, a kind of clothes in the winter. If you launch a new product with a new specifications or new benefits for customers in the clothes, for example, industry, and for example, you can have an innovation about keep warm in the winter in Afghanistan, a clothes, and with a reasonable price, you have made a category, with a new specification and new features. It is important to be first one to launching a new feature or new specification. It means a very effective way to positioning, making brand category. But sometimes no need to making category, but you should compete in a very difficult way with your competitors. For example, Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola, both they produce same drink. The features and the specifications of drink same, but somehow the advertising strategies and also about the taste in the different countries, and it is important. For example, the Coca-Cola used the red color as a main color in its advertising, in its logo and its containers, and Pepsi using using blue. Pepsi use blues. There are many important things in branding and positioning, and I want to say something important, and we will have one session completely about branding. What is branding and what is the brand and the determinants of a successful brand, and relationship between the good branding and positioning. And so I wanted to relate it to short video about this one. Microsoft, they launched a new category, not a new name or new brand, just not a new name or in the same category, a new category. Windows was very, very different from DOS. Okay, any example for new category? Any students can say any example about new category? For branding? Okay, let's have a look at the another video again and discuss about this one. Let me please let me choose another thing for. Okay, did you get this short video about the concept of brand? Brand is not just the definition of a name or logo or something like that. Brand is about the mind of customers and consumers, and about the passion, about the reliability, about the confidence, and something like that. And we will tell you about the brand more in the future. I need more participation in this class. I don't know, this week somehow, maybe because of earthquake, some students couldn't be present, and so maybe at least we will have 1 hour supplementary class for this and replacement class, because this week I couldn't teach in the proper way, and because some internet problem in Afghanistan also. This week I'm not satisfied with the class situation, because there was this special status, and so okay. Please have a look at the Miss Oria comments, and also thank you, Mr. Aziz. And Miss Oria says branding is a word commonly referred to by advertisers and marketing people. But what does it actually mean? How can you get it? And most importantly, how will it benefit your business? It is a sorry, it is an explanation by you, and okay. Could you explain more, Ms. Oria? You are asking a question or explaining more. Have a look. Branding is a word commonly referred to by advertisers and marketing people, but what does it? Okay, a brand at the moment is very more sophisticated concept, not just okay. As you see the videos, brand can help you to be market leader and sustain your profitability, and also sustain your competitive advantages. Brand, okay, you as you see how you can occupy the mind of your customers. It is branding. Brand is, for example, if you hear about Coca-Cola, when you hear a word of Coca-Cola, you remember the good taste and very delicious drink. Yes, you remember the great drink in your mind. Coca-Cola, and maybe you will have a, for example, cold drink with food and very good memories. Brand means a positive image of a name or logo in your mind. Branding means making a good image and positive image in the minds of customers. And for example, if you notice at this video, sometimes the successful branding causes people use your brand as a verb. For example, Google it, Skype your friends, or Photoshop this photo. Photoshop is a name of the name of a software. But when we say Photoshop this photo as a verb, it means brand. I will explain for you more about the brand concept. But brand is not just physical or just not a word, and somehow it is the emotional and spiritual concept. Brand, not just a symbol, Miss Oria. Very, very more complicated than a symbol. Brand means a good image in the minds of your consumers or your customers. When you say I have brand, that your name of company or your name of product in the mind of customer has a positive situation, and remember the consumers or customers a good memories about a very good event in their life. For example, when you hear about BMW or, for example, Porsche in the car industry, you will have a good image about. Maybe many of us haven't experienced the Mercedes-Benz or BMW, but in our mind, because of the very successful advertisement and word-of-mouth strategies, we know that Mercedes-Benz or BMW are perfect in our mind. It is branding. Why when we say Windows or Microsoft, we have a good image or positive image? Because every day in our life, we are involved with Windows and Microsoft software, and as usual, we have more benefits by using the Microsoft products. And many people at the moment use and experience the special benefits and special features by Microsoft. It is branding. It is a brand. Good image and positive memories and positive image in your mind means brand. Okay. Not just a symbol. Brand, maybe a symbol cannot be a brand. It can be. Another example for you about branding. Sometimes a name of a famous people or celebrity is a brand. For example, I don't know, for example, your president in Afghanistan, Mr. Hamid Karzai. I think, I don't know at the moment the political situation in Afghanistan, but the first years after election in Afghanistan, I think in my country, the Hamid Karzai's name remind the people a good image. For example, in Iran, Mr. Hamid Karzai as a president of Afghanistan. Yes, president, and you have also prime minister, huh? Or not? Okay. Sometimes the name of people is brand. For example, at the moment, many people, for example, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs' name also is a brand, because many people, when they hear about Steve Jobs, they remind and remember. They remember a very, very good memories, and because Steve Jobs launched Apple products, and for example, iPhone, iPod, and also MacBook, the company, and many people believe that all successful strategies by Apple was managed by Steve Jobs, and because he was perfect and so creative, and many innovation was conducted by Steve Jobs at Apple company. The name of Steve Jobs also is a brand. Sometimes, as you had a look at the video, you see this one. Sometimes a place, not just the name of product or name of a company. Sometimes you have the name of a place as a brand. For example, anybody can say in Afghanistan which name is a name of a place as a brand and good image about this place. And could you have an example about the name of place as a good brand? Okay, no. In Afghanistan, the name, for example, Mazar Sharif. Badakhshan, Kabul. Okay, Mr. Aziz, when you hear Kabul, for example, Salang, Salang. Salang, why Miss Oria or Mr. Aziz, when you hear about the Salang or Kabul, you have a good image. Why? What is the reason? Good or positive image? Could you explain for me? Because it depends. Every and individual has its or for example interest and also different view. Sometimes maybe the name has a positive image in my mind, maybe in your mind negative image. And okay, very nice, very good. I was waiting for this kind of comments. For example, Mr. Aziz say because Kabul is the center of country, and very good example this one, and also very good. Salang has a good climate. Very good. Salang, because of this feature and this specification, good climate, has a positive image in Miss Oria's, in Mr. Aziz's mind, Salang. And also Miss Oria says, because I like that place, it is so beautiful, Salang. Salang is a brand, because in mind of Miss Oria and Mr. Aziz has a positive image. It is a brand. Okay, very good. To have a good climate, has a good climate, and also is beautiful place. So because of these two specifications, this place is a brand in your mind. Great mountains, very good. For example, great mountains. These are the specifications and features of this place. So, and cold water, very good. Thank you so much, Mr. Aziz and Miss Oria. We had a good example. What about the another thing about the branding? For example, could you say a famous people in Afghanistan can, when you hear his or her name, you feel a very nice and sense. Okay, you mean Shah Massoud, yes? Ahmad Shah Massoud, yes, yes. I think he was killed 5 or 6 years ago, yes? And in Ahmad Shah Massoud, yes, yes, very good. And also Dr. Najib, yes, Dr. Najib, and also Ahmad Shah Baba. Okay, I was looking for these names in Afghanistan. Also Ahmad Shah Massoud in my country, Iran, many people have a good image about this name, Ahmad Shah Massoud, a person who fight for his country and for his ideas, and very famous. And Maulana Jalaluddin Muhammad Balkhi, very nice. You mean the name of the poet, yes? Yes, poet. And in Iran also we like Maulana, and very, very good example. Thank you, Mr. Aziz, about the giving the name of Maulana, Mauladi, and Ibn Sina, yes, very good. Ibn Sina also is a very good scientist, Iranian scientist. And sometimes about the nationality of some scientists, it is challenging. But I think in the past and in the history, I think many countries and many areas. Okay, Hafiz, Saadi. Okay, very nice, very good. Thank you so much, Miss Oria. Hafiz or Saadi also are the famous. You know, okay. Rabiha Balkhi. I don't know Rabiha Balkhi, and I think who is Rabiha Balkhi? Rabiha Balkhi. Could you explain, Mr. Aziz? Yes, I wanted to explain this one. Iran and Afghanistan in the past were one and together same country, and so very similar. At the moment, you know many. Okay, okay. Rabiha Balkhi also was a poet, and Mr. Aziz said, thank you so much. We had some examples about the name of places and name of people as a brand, and also we had something about the last week about some telecommunication companies, for example, Etisalat, and also another one is for Afghanistan, and Etisalat, the competitor of for Etisalat was, you told me last week about this one. Okay, I'm going to explain something about okay. I think that because the number of students at the moment is not enough for continue the concept, just we at the moment we stop the lecture and the teaching, and so we thank you so much for being present in this class. In this week we had a situation, a special situation, and we could, because of earthquake in Afghanistan and some internet problems. Hopefully the next week we will have a better situation. I should thanks to you, and inshallah no more casualty about from this earthquake in Afghanistan, and all brothers and sisters will be good and healthy, and no problem with them and their families, and I hope all of you will be okay and all is well with you. Please inform me. Yes, thank you so much. Inform me about the latest news in Afghanistan and about the earthquake. I think this we should have. We can have better discussions with other friends and more students in the class next week. I will be here. Just at the moment I want to stop recording. Have a nice time and hope see you soon. But I will be here after stop recording. Please wait. Okay, thank you.